You're replaceable, you know that? She said, her lips curling into that half-smile she used when she wanted to hurt me but pretend it was a joke. For a moment I just stared at her, unsure if I'd heard her right. The glass of wine in my hand trembled slightly. What did you just say? Lena didn't flinch. She leaned back in her chair, the restaurant lights catching the shimmer of her earrings, the same pair I'd bought her for our anniversary last year. Don't take it so personally, Noah. I'm just saying, if you keep working late every night, don't be surprised if someone else appreciates me while you're busy chasing deadlines. Her tone was light, playful even, but her eyes said something else, cold, distant, and unapologetic. Something inside me cracked that night. We'd been married for 7 years. Not perfect ones, but I thought we were stable. I worked long hours as a project manager, yes, but it was for us, the mortgage, her dream vacation plans, the new car she wanted. I thought she understood. Apparently she didn't. Or maybe she did and just didn't care anymore. After dinner, the car ride home was silent. The city light slid across her face, highlighting that same smirk she'd worn when she said I was replaceable. When we reached home, she went straight to the bedroom, muttering something about having an early yoga class. I sat in the living room, staring at the dark TV screen, my reflection faintly visible in it. I looked tired, worn down. The kind of man who gives everything and still ends up being not enough. I don't know what pushed me to do it, but when I heard her phone buzz on the kitchen counter, I picked it up. The screen lit with a message. Evan. Can't stop thinking about tonight. You sure he won't find out? My heart stopped. I opened the chat. The thread was long, too long. Messages about hotel rooms. Secret lunches. Miss you already. You smell like him, wash it off. He'll never know. I scrolled, my hands shaking so violently I almost dropped the phone. There it was, a selfie of her wearing the same dress she had on tonight, smiling at the camera, and behind her in the reflection of the hotel mirror, a man sitting on the bed shirtless. Evan. I couldn't breathe. The walls closed in, the air thick and choking. My chest felt like it was caving in on itself. The woman I had built my life around, the woman I had trusted with every part of me, had looked me in the eye over dinner and told me I was replaceable. And she meant it. When I walked into the bedroom, she was already in bed, pretending to sleep. I stood there watching her for a long time. The soft rhythm of her breathing, the faint scent of perfume that wasn't the one she usually wore. Probably one he liked. Who's Evan? I asked quietly. Her breathing hitched. For a second she didn't move, didn't even open her eyes. Then slowly she turned toward me, her expression blank. What are you talking about? Don't, I said, my voice breaking a little. Don't lie to me, Lena. Please. Her eyes darted toward the dresser, where her phone was now missing. She must have noticed. You went through my phone? She snapped, sitting up. I found out what I was supposed to find out. She crossed her arms, her jaw tightening. You had no right. I had every right, I cut in. You're sleeping with him, Lena. Just say it. Silence. Then a sigh, tired, annoyed. Fine. Yes. I've been seeing someone. Are you happy now? Happy. The word hit me like a slap. Why? I whispered. After everything, why would you do this? She shrugged, as if the answer was obvious. Because I was lonely, Noah. You stopped noticing me. You're always at work, always stressed, always talking about bills and projects. Evan makes me feel alive again. He actually looks at me. I laughed bitterly. You mean he flirts with you and tells you what you want to hear? That's not love, Lena. That's ego. She tilted her head, giving that same smirk, the one that started it all. Maybe. But at least I feel wanted. Something inside me went numb. Then you can have him, I said quietly. Because after tonight, I'm done trying to prove I'm worth staying for. She didn't believe me. Not then. I packed a small bag and walked out, ignoring her calls from the doorway. She thought it was another one of those dramatic husband exits, that I'd be back by morning. But I wasn't. I checked into a small motel near the office and stayed there for a few days, running on coffee, exhaustion, and disbelief. I told no one, not even my best friend, Chris. Until I did. It was Thursday when Chris called. Man, you sound like hell. What's going on? I hesitated, then told him everything, the text, the photo, the confrontation. There was a pause on the line. Then he said quietly, Noah, you deserve better than that. I laughed hollowly. Yeah, tell that to the woman who told me I'm replaceable. He hesitated again, then asked something that stopped me cold. Wait, Evan? You mean Evan Brooks? My mind reeled. You know him? Yeah, he said grimly. He's her company's marketing director. Married guy. Has 2 kids. We used to play golf. Chris exhaled sharply. He's been bragging about some secret affair at the office. Said she was married but miserable. I didn't know it was her. My stomach turned. So it wasn't just betrayal. It was humiliation, the kind that spreads quietly like rot, through whispers and smirks in office corridors. That night, something inside me shifted from heartbreak to resolve. If she wanted to see how replaceable I'd show her. I called our lawyer the next morning and started the paperwork. No screaming matches, no second chances. I also contacted Evan's wife through a discreet channel Chris helped me with. She didn't sound surprised, just tired. Like she'd been waiting for this call. Within a week, Evan's marriage imploded publicly. His wife exposed his affair on social media, tagging both Lena and his company. Screenshots, photos, everything. Lena's reputation at work? Gone. Evan lost his position, and she was suspended pending investigation of professional misconduct. Meanwhile, I quietly moved our joint funds into a new account and let the divorce roll through. She showed up at my office 2 weeks later. Eyes red, makeup smeared, the confident smirk finally gone. Noah, she said, voice trembling. Please. I made a mistake. I didn't mean what I said. You aren't replaceable. I looked at her, really looked at her, and for the first time I felt nothing. Not anger. Not love. Just emptiness. Lena, I said softly. You replaced me long before I had the chance to prove you wrong. She started crying. I don't want him. I want you. I shook my head. You wanted attention. You wanted someone to make you feel alive. I wanted to build a life. Those are 2 very different things. She reached for me, but I stepped back. I'm not your safety net, I said. And you were right, by the way. She blinked through her tears. About what? That I'm replaceable. I gave a small sad smile. Just not in the way you think. I walked away, leaving her standing in the lobby, surrounded by the weight of her own choices. It's been 6 months since then. I moved into a smaller apartment. Quiet, sunlight through the curtains, plants on the balcony. I started running again, picking up my guitar, relearning who I am without her shadow over me. Sometimes when I think about that night, the smirk, the word replaceable, I realize something. She wasn't wrong that people can be replaced. But love built on lies? That's the thing that's truly disposable. And in proving her wrong, I found something better than revenge. I found myself again.